Welcome to 3D comparison. So within my previous video, I showcased how Fusion 360 struggles to process this mesh to a CAD model. So let's take a look at the same workflow, but now within CATIA V5. I have the model over here downloaded. So this is GLB file format available directly from Rodin. In order to put this within CATIA, I will need to convert this within an STL file. So I'm going to go to File, Export, STL, and on the desktop, I'm just going to go for the selection, and I'm going to call this woof.stl. I'm going to hit Export, and now we have that model successfully saved. So within CATIA, I'm going to jump straight within Digitype Shape Editor. And over here, I'm going to import the STL. Keep in mind that this is quite large, so the file will have 10 million faces that will define this. So I'm going to jump directly over here on my desktop. I'm going to type woof, and we see the file over here. So we see the file size, 476 megabytes. I'm going to hit open. Now, regarding the file size, keep in mind that over here, if I'm just going to create over here, for example, a cube, keep in mind that this has 2 meters over here. So this is the size. It is roughly the same as within this cube. I can also go over here and I can enable the see-through. We see how this will be integrated within that cube that has 2 meters as a length. Therefore, when I'm going to import this, if I'm going to leave the file unit over here set to meters and I'm going to hit apply, we're going to see that now the file size will be the following. So initially I will need to wait for CATIA to load this. And after that, I can go ahead and I can measure this. I can use information panel. I can click on this, and we're going to see over here within statistics that this is the correct file size. So keep that in mind when you are transferring files from Blender towards CATIA, that you will need to match that. Now I'm going to hit OK because the model is loaded correctly. I'm going to go with Mesh Cleaner and see if there are any problems within the mesh. So I'm going to hit Analyze. Now CATIA internal Mesh Cleaner has seen that we have some corrupted triangles. They will be highlighted with yellow. We have some duplicate triangles, inconsistent orientation, non-manifold edges, and vertices. I'm going to select all of those and hit Apply, and CATIA Mesh Cleaner will now deal with this. Keep in mind that since the file size is quite large, this can take a little bit of time, but as you can see in this case, it went really fast. If I'm going to go over here within structures, splitting connected zones, there are no holes, so this is a watertight model that we can later convert into a CAD model. So in order to do that, I'm going to go within the following workbench, so quick surface reconstruction, and since this is a freeform, I'm going to go with automatic surface. I'm going to select the mesh over here, and we have some parameters that we can now define. So we have the mean surface deviation from the input towards the output. I can have it like this with 0.1. Surface detail, I can go to a higher level. For example, if I want to maintain those fine details over here within the eyes and other sections of the wolf statue, I can increase this. So let's say that I will maintain surface detail to the following input. I can also change over here the target ratio. If I'm going to go over here within more, we're going to see some additional information. And we can also go for full internal tangency. But in this case, we are not following that for this model. Usually, if you want to maybe take a product, you will want to maintain that tangency. So if you're going to do some reverse engineering for a product. But since this is a sculpture, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to hit preview, and now CATIA will start processing this. Keep in mind that regarding the overall values that you're going to add over here, this can take a little bit more time. But we saw how Fusion struggled to do the following conversion. And even though over here I'm within CATIA V5, which is an old software, so this feature has been added more than, let's say roughly close to 20 years. We have automatic surface added, and we see that this will process the model. compared to Fusion that struggled and also gave us a notification that it is high recommended that we're going to decimate the mesh before we're going to do this. Now within CATIA, as you can see, we have this working. If I'm going to do a left click, this will now go within not responding. But keep in mind that CATIA will recover from this. It does take a little bit of time to have this processed, but it will manage to output. If you have the mesh clean and there are no open sections, so the model is fully watertight, you can do that directly with the automatic surface with ease. Now we see over here that this will process. I'm also gonna speed up the video, but you will still see the overall time required to process this, because for this video I'm not gonna crop the bottom section, so you can also see exactly the time that this required. So let's go and forward this video. Okay, and we see over here that we have an runtime exception. Click OK to terminate. So in this case, actually CATIA wasn't able to fulfill that. Now I'm just going to go ahead and I will redo the same process, but I will add some other parameters. Usually you don't receive this error when you're working within this workbench, but yeah, let's go ahead and have that loaded again, and I'm just going to go for lower values. Again, this is why it's important. Usually it's also a good idea to save so that you don't have to do the same steps like file import, mesh cleaning, and so on. In this case, I didn't do that. So let's just quickly analyze and add this to be reprocessed. And I'm pretty sure that that error was linked to something regarding the memory. So I'm just gonna now save this. I'm gonna save this as woof. Hit save, and we can go ahead and we can reprocess this. So I'm just gonna swap the workbench again to quick surface reconstruction. I'm just gonna go for some values that are much more easier to process. So I'm just gonna leave it like this with the default. I'm gonna hit preview, and again we're gonna wait. We see the clock on the bottom. It's 12 p.m. 12 and 12. So let's see how much time does CATIA automatic surface we require to process this smooth section. Okay, and we finally have the mesh process over here. So as you can see, we have the computation limit, so the specified target ratio cannot be achieved with those parameters that were set up, but still the model is ready. And we see over here the main difference between CATIA V5 and Fusion is the fact that over here within CATIA we managed to convert this. Now, if I'm going to swap over here the visualization, we're going to see how the original mesh has the color brown. The resulting surface will be white, yellow. So we have the surface like this in yellow. And now I can convert this. So in order to do so, I'm just going to jump over here within part design. And all I have to do is have this surface closed. So I'm going to find over here the following tool, close surface. I'm going to select it. We're going to see over here that the object to be closed will be automatic surface. This will now be processed, and I can go ahead and I can do, for example, a pad on the bottom so that I ensure that this will be flat. Now, if I'm going to hide automatic surface, this will be the result. I can go within the following plane. I can create a new sketch. We're going to see that this will be the alignment, and just like I said previously, let's say that I want to do the following cut over here. I can just create a rectangle like this. Then I can go with pocket, and with pocket I'm going to go up to, over here we have the dimension. I can go up to surface, or in this case up to next. With up to next it will just go like that, so I'm just going to go with a straight dimension. Within SolidWorks we have through all, but I'm just going to go like this. I can also have that mirror extended, since we also have some elements over here onto the other side. I can click OK, and now this will be the bottom. As you can see, if I will jump within a section over here, now this will be the model. So I'm just going to select over here the arrows. And as you can see, we do have the possibility in this case to see that our model is fully filled. Now I will have to further make this a little bit larger so we can better work with this. Not sure exactly why CATIA doesn't actually create this selection at the desired size, so we can easily manipulate it. But we see over here that if I expanded that, we're now gonna have this model fully filled. So we can now use this within various computer-aided manufacturing processes that are different than 3D printing. And this is why I consider CATIA to be a really powerful software. We saw that Fusion struggled with this, but we have over here the final model within CATIA. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. You're gonna find my CATIA V5 tips and tricks over here on the left. And if you enjoy this kind of content, you can consider to subscribe. You're gonna find the button on the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.